This is a boat that looks like an ordinary submarine, but its purpose is terrifying. However, it's not a weapon of war but rather a bizarre vessel built for drug trafficking. Yes, this is a narco submarine. They are built in the jungles of South America to cross the Atlantic Ocean and reach the United States or Europe. In the last 10 years, more than 200 such submarines have been caught. But did you know that hundreds of times more submarines are still secretly operating? Just imagine a vast number of vessels silently and secretly doing their work underwater, and no one even realizes it. In this age of modern information technology, where even warplanes and warships are detected, no one can identify a small submarine built in the jungle. Even the American Navy is constantly failing against these submarines. Why and how are they so successful? So, let's take a look at this underwater mystery. Every year, thousands of tons of cocaine are smuggled from South America to the United States and Europe. No matter how vigilant the police and Coast Guard are, a large portion still reaches its destination. Although the amount of drugs seized is significant, the traffickers' cunning seems even greater. Initially, these narco submarines were very basic and built for short-distance journeys. But over time, the traffickers have become more innovative and modern. Today, sophisticated submarines capable of traveling thousands of miles are built in secret shipyards hidden deep within the jungle. This war between the cartels and law enforcement is like an eternal cat-and-mouse game. The cartels innovate new methods and technologies, and the police and Coast Guard come up with new strategies to stop them. But this is the challenge. How have the cartels become so skilled and modern? Let's delve into that. Although the narco submarines were quite simple in design at the beginning of the trafficking, they weren't very complex. They were about 46 feet long and could partially submerge, with their top remaining just below the water's surface. They were painted in a way that blended with the sea, allowing them to evade radar. But the inside was anything but comfortable. The crew lived in very cramped spaces, with the diesel engine in the back, a small sleeping area for the crew in the middle, and the drug bags in the front. A submarine could carry up to 7 to 8 tons of cocaine. This weight helped keep the submarine submerged so it wouldn't be easily detected. These submarines would travel day and night across the sea. 5 crew members would sit for hours in the terrifyingly rough seas. But this journey could end in an instant if the Coast Guard detected them. Interestingly, once caught, the traffickers would try to sink the entire submarine, but this wasn't always possible. These simple designs once brought great success to the drug cartels. However, compared to today's advanced technology, they seem like relics of the past. When the cartels realized they needed more advanced designs to cross the sea, they made the submarines larger and more powerful. This led to the birth of the 65-foot-long advanced narco submarines. These were not only larger but also much more powerful, capable of crossing the entire Atlantic Ocean. But this journey was not easy for the crew. There was no comfort. Instead of beds, they had to sleep on plastic bags and hard fiberglass floors. They used plastic bags instead of toilets and ate only energy bars, rice, and sardine cans. Despite the rough seas, the fear of getting lost, and the Coast Guard surveillance, these submarines continued to their destination. But sometimes, things didn't go according to plan. For example, a few years ago, an advanced narco submarine ran out of fuel while crossing the Atlantic. A 2-week journey turned into a month. Then, they tried to contact other cartel boats but failed. Finally, they tried to sink the submarine and escape, but law enforcement caught them. However, when even the advanced submarines became risky, the cartels developed the snorkel submarine. This is a vessel that can travel completely submerged, with only a small pipe sticking out above the water. This pipe allows air in and cools the engine. These 65-foot-long submarines are made of fiberglass so they are not easily detected by radar. They can carry up to 8 tons of cocaine, and they are so secretive that no snorkel submarine has ever been caught at sea. Frankly, building such advanced submarines in the jungle is truly unbelievable. The cartels always seem to be one step ahead. Interestingly, while the advanced technology of the snorkel submarine was catching everyone's attention, the cartel came up with another revolutionary idea: the electric submarine. This is like a completely silent and invisible drug smuggling machine. This 39-foot-long submarine has no diesel engine. It runs entirely on the power of a 10-ton battery. This battery-powered submarine can travel for up to 12 hours at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour. Although its speed is low, it can travel completely underwater and cover longer distances by attaching to larger vessels. The most surprising thing is the secrecy of this submarine. It has never been seen at sea. Only one submarine was found in the jungles of Colombia. The cartels have kept it as their last resort, with almost zero chance of getting caught. However, when you think that these complex machines of the cartels are perhaps only due to technology, another name comes to the fore: Oscar Moreno Ricardo. He is known as the king of Narco submarines.
Disappearing. Here's tonight's Marshall's Most Wanted. 38-year-old Ricardo Moreno served 41 months in prison for felon in possession of a firearm.
In hidden shipyards by the riverbanks deep in the jungle, this man built submarines capable of traveling thousands of miles. His submarines were like a ticket to success for the cartels. But in 2022, Ricardo's reign ended. Despite evading law enforcement for a long time, Ricardo was caught in a joint operation by Colombian and American forces one day. His arrest was a major blow to the cartels. The arrest of Oscar Moreno Ricardo may be the end of just one chapter in the story of narco submarines, but it doesn't mean the fight is over. The cartels never stop. They return each time with new innovative power. On the other hand, the police and Coast Guard are not idle either. They are constantly trying to stop this shadow war of the cartels by using new technologies, improved surveillance, and intelligence.